Hi guys. Okay, so I finally got done with training, which is the Solomon CEO expectations. I know I'm looking quite rough right now, but I've just been staying really plugged into training. I hardly have time for myself. But anyways, so one of my three top biggest takeaways that I got from it is secret number one: expectation of ease, speed, and pleasure. Change your language. That's called static confession. Okay. For example, a lot of us have the tendency of saying what we're currently going through at the time for what it is. Like, for example, he made an example of a guy who was struggling in his business and said, Mark, I'm stuck with getting leads. Money's not coming in. Nobody's calling. It's just not working out for me. He says, instead of saying it like that, say, I'm stuck with the leads. I haven't gotten them yet though. Or nobody has yet to call me, or things just aren't working out yet. Because he says, when you say things like that, you're actually speaking, you're saying that things will not stay like that. It will get better. That will actually change. Because I think that's very powerful. A lot of us, when we're going through something, or if something just isn't working out at that moment, we have the tendency of saying that. That's just what it is, because what we don't realize is we're speaking that to existence. That's why a lot of certain things just continue to reoccur for what it is. And this reminded me of the documentary, The Secret, which was very powerful. Someone said that do you know what is the most powerful thing that we humans possess is your voice? Because whatever you say, you can either speak it to life. It can either be good or it can be for bad. And Mark made this analogy of referring back to Genesis in the Bible when God said, let there be light, and there literally was light. So he says, you gotta make static confession and choose what you say wisely, which was very powerful. The second one is secret number two, crafting for kings. The Bible scripture, I kind of can't read it all the way because it's scribbly, but it says, do you see a man who is in his business? He will stand before kings, not before ordinary people. Proverbs 22:29. Basically, what that scripture is saying is the man who works diligently will prosper versus the lazy and the obscure people. Lazy doesn't necessarily mean you're just fat and sitting on your couch and not doing anything with your life, but lazy could be you're working your life as a slave without any value. Like you're not doing, that's all you're doing in your life. And a lot of times for a lot of people, I'd say worldwide, most of the people basically do that. They spend their lives doing that. We are taught to trade in time for money, which in the Bible, I've just gotten it. That's not what we're meant to do. We're meant to be prosperous. You're not meant to work as a slave, which was a huge takeaway that I got from that. And he said, let me see. He says to go to the top, get to a place where you can craft for kings. See something. This really helped me out a lot because I have just been thinking, I think that in my life right now, it's kind of solo. And I actually like it that way. I think that's a good thing for me right now because right now I'm working on crafting my life. And for me, it's not hard for me to eliminate negativity because I don't have too many friends as I used to before because I have wiped out a lot of things in my life, which that wouldn't be a problem. But for some of you, reason why certain things may not be working out is because you may have a lot of junk in your life that you probably need to wipe out, literally. And he's saying, craft for kings. What that means is you need to set up high standards, raise high standards, be amongst kings, be amongst quality people, because those people are who you want to surround yourself with. And I could think, sometimes when I see some people, they're just filled with just misery because their friends and people around them, that's all they're about. People who drag them down. You could have that one person in that person's life who is looking for change, who has an idea, but because somebody in their life said, you're too crazy to want to pursue that, you will never be nothing, has stopped them from wanting to do that. And I'm going to tell you something right now. If you have people like that in your life, it may be very hard. It's time to eliminate them, because you want to know. Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter what you're currently going through right now, but if you have an idea, if you have a dream, you are at more of a higher potential than whoever is currently around you to be something. That idea could make you something one day. It could save the world. It could turn you into a pioneer. You just never know. It doesn't matter if that person's doing better than you at the moment financially or whatever. You have a higher chance. You're more susceptible to higher success than that current person is, that doesn't have a vision, that doesn't have a plan, or that's just not looking into doing anything and just looking, they're just comfortable with where they're at right now. So eliminate those people. It could be family. I'm not saying wipe out your family, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, because what you may have could make a big world of difference. Okay, so the last biggest takeaway I got was keep to marketing. Okay, so your guts is the key to marketing. Brilliant marketing is when you market to fantasies. Market to fantasies means you're creating fantasies where, you're bringing life to whatever type of idea that you have, and you bring life to it. You create it. You could create places like Walt Disney or something. You could build a place. You could see something. Let's say you want to buy land and it just looks ratchet, raggedy, or whatever. When you turn it into something big, it could be like a playhouse, a play place, something that could really capture people's eyes. That's the key to marketing, where you're marketing to fantasies, and that attracts people. Like when he gave this example of a guy that was wearing a North Face jacket. In the commercial, the way they made it seem was, the North Face, somebody was wearing a North Face jacket, and they were climbing mountains and etc. And it just looked very attractive. And that right there makes people look at it, and it takes them to that type of imagination where they see themselves actually hiking the mountains or doing something extraordinary. That is the key to marketing. Build a fantasy that people will actually love, because that's going to push people to want to fulfill those types of desires. So those are my 3 biggest takeaways. Craft Kings, be around high quality people. Don't be afraid to do that. Pursue it. Be around the best of the best. Be around people that are influential. Okay? And brilliant marketing, market to fantasies, and also with expectation of ease, speed, and pleasure. These are things that could bring instant results to your life when you make this type of change. Okay, so that's what I got from it. So on to the next one. That's it for now. Thanks for your time.